Notice that each of you reacted differently. Jean's reaction you might call one of fear.
I'll say.
Jean drew away from the box. That's what you generally do when you're afraid of something. On the other hand, Warren's reaction you might call rage. He was ready for a fight.
What happened to me? What did I do?
You laughed. You were pleased. You drew closer to the box. You liked it. Psychologically, we classify that sort of response with what we call the basic emotion of love.
I hate everything. No, just kidding. That was a joke. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. I wanted to, before I forget, I do think I would like to issue, not on behalf of you, but I would like to issue a Thought Spiral update on the guy, the lone guy who was, had to defend against the people coming up the stairs.
Yeah, we made a bad call on him.
Yes, we made a bad. And in no way do I want to make him feel that I would have reacted similarly. I am a coward, and that was the joke. Oh, he looks like I would look.
Yeah, no, I think I was the main purveyor of belittling his saving of Congress.
And it turns out that he may have saved many lives. Cause he took them away from that door. Yeah. Whereas, you know what I would have said? I would have said, look, gentlemen, I don't like the government myself. And I think if you made it right, you might be very happy.
Right.
Is that wrong? That's what I call self-defense.
Tell them Officer Christensen sent you.
But it says Jew on your badge. How is that possible?
Hey, it says Jew on your badge too. Wait
a minute. I hate that.
No, it says Juden.
Yeah. Do you know that Camp Auschwitz there was no occasion where a shirt that says Camp Auschwitz is appropriate.
That's true.
There's no positive spin. You can't go, I'm sarcastic. Obviously it wasn't a camp.
It's the opposite of the 6 million is not enough. It's one is enough. One is plenty.
Right.
Yeah.
6 million. Oh, that's that M.
That's another shirt.
Yeah.
That's another classy shirt. Yes.
And the other thing that I don't know if everybody knows, but I, being a...
Visit hatetees.com.
For $20 more, we will somehow put more hate into the shirt.
That's right.
Our deluxe. But the other thing on the bottom of it is struggle. Whatever they put on the bottom is what they would say on the concentration camps.
Yes.
That's nice. That's a nice touch. I'm just saying, nice touch at the end.
Work makes you free is the...
I mean, again, and I'm not trying to make light of it. What the Germans did during World War II was disgusting. And we don't need the sarcasm on top of it.
Almost as bad as what we did to that Capitol police officer.
No. But first of all, my instinct was to start the show and say, who do you owe an apology to, Josh? Because if I can throw you under the bus.
Yeah. No, I felt it when I was editing this weekend.
Uh-oh. Oh, did you take it out?
No, I left it in, but because it was just part of the body of that day's reaction. But
now you have to deal with the blowback.
But I was in fact going to bring it up, not quite as awkwardly and in your face as you did, but
look, I take 10-15% of the responsibility for it. What a day, though, huh?
Yeah, what a day.
What a day.
What a day.
It's getting. And that Marco Rubio, talk about profile and not courage and snakery. Profile and snakery. Did you hear him today saying, well, those Democrats are trying to I don't know what he's saying. Forget it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, they're all horrible.
They're all horrible. I always assume you're watching the same thing I'm watching. You're not.
I am, probably. I was watching Brian Williams before you called, and got that stark reminder of police officer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and again, so I know there's nothing you can say that's worse than what happened, but the fact that these lying, fake patriots and New England patriots, because Kraft and all these people who enabled him, that they got the whole nation upset. Like, it's not right to take a knee. It's not right to take a knee during the football game, but it's totally cool to bash someone's head in with the American flag. That is like cool.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you, Josh. Thank you.
You didn't exactly blow the lid off.
I know, Josh, but I thought I had you know what I thought? I thought I nailed it or something. Like, I nailed it. Like, yeah, you're beating the heads in of people with the symbol that you claim you like. Yes, I guess that's obvious. Anyway, I think the bloom is off the rose on these Trump people.
I think it might be. This is our last full week.
Oh, you mean whose last full week?
This is our last full week of the Trump presidency.
Is it infrastructure week? I just want to know.
I think they should get one in.
And these such weasels, and Dershowitz, I heard might be on board.
Well, who else would be?
Right. I keep thinking Dershowitz is going to go, I cannot believe I was this wrong.
Imagine Dershowitz and Giuliani being your go-to people for your impeachment.
Giuliani, I mean, when they say there is a screw loose, there could be an actual screw loose in his evil. The screw to his evil fella. I mean, I've never seen.
I'm pretty sure it's the screw cap to a bottle. That's really what's wrong there.
Oh, do you think he's drinking?
You think?
Oh, I never even know this. See, I don't assume people are drinking. I just assume he's thoroughly evil. Does he slur his words? I know he releases gas and stuff like that.
No, that flop sweat was the flop sweat of a drinking man. The day he melted.
Yeah. Oh, that's what happens. That's true. That does seem like came off of a bender.
Sweat. That was hangover sweat. Yeah.
Plus, he smokes like cigars, like cigarettes. I think he loves them.
Yeah.
Which is okay, but anything he touches, you're not going to see him on the cover of Cigar Aficionado anytime soon.
I bet he has been though.
Yes, 20 years ago though. Not now. And I also do you love these right-wing people, like, now they're losing all their platforms. It's worse than death. They still think that's a free speech issue. Yes. They'll never get it. The founding people did not say, and you will also have your own platform to amplify.
No, but that whole thing's going to blow up now though too.
And in what sense?
Because everyone, even the good guys, are going to realize that these companies have too much power.
Oh, yeah. Well, the companies have too much power, but I am totally good with getting every one of these.
Oh, fuck
idiots.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah. I'm not even complaining in any way.
Even if they took me off by mistake, that's not too high a price to pay to get this. It's a cesspool. Who wants these people in the cesspool?
No, I mean, like when I got hacked off, and I very much realized it's like, well, why is their customer service so bad? Well, it's not. I'm not a customer. I'm a product. I am not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. Twitter. We can root for Twitter more than we'd root for maybe Google, but not that much. Really.
Not really. Just I root for it just because I'm here.
Well, yeah, I back it because I think it's I'm saying they're my people. Mm-hmm. Oh, you took a sip of a thing at the same time that I took a sip of a thing. It's a sip of a thing.
That was a really great observation.
Why don't you take your drink and shove it up your ba-boom-ba? Ba-boom-ba! Oh, you don't think this is my new personality, is in your faceman. Andy in your faceman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Follow through, faceman.
I can't follow through. That's why the threat is empty and annoying. It's an annoying and an empty threat.
Yeah.
It's a threat as if when you put your hand on my forehead and I can't reach in. You know what I mean? I can't punch you because my arms won't reach your body. Right?
Right.
But what I should do is push your arm up and then kick in the balls. Wouldn't that be good?
That sounds like Taekwondo 101.
I swear to God. I don't know if this is misplaced anger, but I am now fantasizing about taking you down with one of my moves.
Yeah. I'm fantasizing about it now too.
No, because don't get that way. That is not a good attitude to have. I know you believe that you will crush me, But what if you're wrong? What if I make a mistake and hit you hard, or just I fall into you?
No,
as I die, I fall into your balls, which is one of my fantasies, by the way.
Wait, why? You're going to jump up before you die?
Oh, I'm a very tiny man. I'm such a tiny man. Oh, let me climb up the bike stand. Oh, hi. Oh, God. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Oh, boy. This is a week I'm looking forward to, as you can tell, right? The last full week. Actually, I will have to say that I am not, I think I'm doing pretty good if, for someone who's been with me for a long time.
At what?
At dealing with the ongoing ordeal.
Well, I mean, come on. It's been a 4-year ordeal. This is just the maraschino ordeal cherry.
Oh, no, I meant I'm talking about specifically the quarantine. I'm separating the isolation because the isolation does eventually get to you.
Yeah.
As we've talked about.
Yeah, it's true.
So, yes, but you're saying nothing is comparative to the fact that this asshole will not be every day going, well, he doesn't sound like Leno, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I wasn't really saying anything.
You know what I wasn't saying? Nothing either. Neither one of us. I wouldn't say this is the worst night we've ever had.
No, it's far from it.
Far. That makes me angry at myself and you because I can't get the procedure down of a stupid mic that should take 1 minute. If Einstein had to have worked on putting his USB microphone in, and that he wouldn't have come up with the theory of relativity. That's what I'm saying. That's why Alex should get off his ass, get over to my house.
If he would have had to podcast the theory of relativity, we'd never get to space.
That's right, Chi-Chi. Oh, I did Tom Sharpling's show called Double Threat, and Seth Dick III, unbeknownst to me and unbeknownst to him, was a panelist on the same show that I was calling. What are the odds?
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
And Seth Dick, I told him, I'm going to mention this in the show.
Yeah.
I said, and he didn't go into character. He didn't say, oh, I'll tell Mama Dick, because we were DMing each other.
Yeah.
He didn't say, I'll tell Mama Dick. No, regular Seth himself. He doesn't off stage act the same part.
Yeah.
But he said that, you might not want to hear about it. He said that in the DM to me, which I had to admit. I said, you know what? He'll want to hear about it. You're wrong. Oh, are you wrong, Seth Dick III? You wait till I bring it up. It's going to be the highlight of our show.
Did he say anything like, put it in story form?
He could not correct my inability to relate an anecdote in an entertaining way. How's he going to fix that?
Yeah, not a DM style. You can't do that.
No. Then maybe if I went to the Seth Dick III Institute. I swear to God, I am delighted that someone writes letters and still refers. It almost is like Psycho. He's referring to a fictional Mama Dick.
The third.
And all through the day, you know what I do all day long? I go chaotic neutral. Where have I heard that before? All I know these people, my whole life is the people who listen to this show and tweeting and avoiding trouble, saying something stupid. Job not accomplished, but at least I'm still alive, though. You bring something to them.
I was just going.
What's that?
Wow, do I have nothing to say tonight? I really got nothing.
Yeah, but maybe you do. Look, something must have happened. You know how I watched Martha Stewart show with Susan because I couldn't stand, and she has a point when she says, when I want to watch the Florida Man Murders, she watches a couple. We both agreed. We watched 1.5 episodes of the Florida Man Murders, and we said, this sucks. So it can't all be true crime. So actually watching Martha Stewart puttering around her house was a relief to me.
Yeah.
What do you watch when you really want to just watch something that's entertaining, you want to just, you know what I'm saying? Escapist. What does a Josh?
I watch movies.
Well, that makes sense. Well, that's reasonable. That's rational. But how about if it's, because you don't stay up till 4 a.m. Like we're up at 1 a.m. We're like, well, what are you putting together a bicycle over there? Let me ask you a question. Are you putting a Heath kit together?
None of this is showing up on my mic.
Are you lying? It can't be me.
Yeah, you joking? You just sound crazy.
You're joking. Do you of course know the Heath kit reference, right?
No.
You used to be able to build your own stereo in the old days.
Oh yeah.
And many people did. They would assemble their own Wi-Fi at home.
Yeah.
And one of the companies that did that, it was supposed to be high-end Wi-Fi. Although I just don't think that I would want to listen to a speaker.
Not Wi-Fi, hi-fi.
What? What a complete moron.
But Heath was the best of them?
I think it was the only one. It was the only assemble your own that I was aware of. Because how popular could that be?
This is true. Like,
you have to be an audiophile.
Are we talking like soldering yourself and things like that?
Absolutely. Well, maybe they sent you some of the stuff, but I mean, I can't even understand it really was like high-end people, but I don't think it was. I think it was like ham radio. People would like ham radio now. Yeah. People would just want to be able to, I gotta replace the transistor.
It's like that you could, there's plenty of people who build their own computer boxes too, I'm sure it's the same thing.
Right. And I'm sure I have monkeyed around and put together various, my own preamp to the this, to the that, to achieve a stereo sound. I don't know if maybe you're probably too young to have gone through that because you had regular equipment you could buy without having, there was no preamp interest.
I had components. Literally, I got all my big stereo components for my bar mitzvah.
Exactly. That's so great. Was that exciting?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, over the years, I sort of built around that. And it was mostly like Technique stuff at first. And then I like brought in some TX stuff, but.
That's all very good. Technique is not a bad, I'm speaking as an ex-salesman. It's a good brand. Wait, you didn't sell in San Diego. Joel Madison worked in San Diego. I just confused your biographies. Yeah. You've never sold in a store like that.
I have never earned a spiff in my life.
But this is it's not irony, yet you were very sleazy as a salesman in the movie. Very good. You nailed it.
Yes. Fractional ownership. That's what we did.
And there's some commercial now that slams that whole, like where they we'll help you get out of this, ripoff that you're in.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying now we should release the movie. It's more current.
Yes. What did I watch this weekend? I watched, Maltese Falcon.
I've seen that 3 times and I've enjoyed every time.
Yeah, it's good.
And, Lauren Bacall is great. And let me say some more pedestrian things that people, Humphrey Bogart plays good tough guys.
Yeah, he's good.
Wait, he's a detective though. He's Marlowe, I think, right?
No, he's Sam Spade.
Who's Marlowe then?
He's also Philip Marlowe, but not in that movie.
Okay. Well, I was unaware that they thought they were all connected, but now.
Well, they're kind of connected in that, like Casablanca and Maltese Falcon have a lot of crossover cast.
How about the director?
Well, no, Maltese Falcon is John Huston.
Ooh.
Casablanca is Michael Curtis.
John Huston was in Chinatown.
Yes, he was.
I don't understand what was going on in that movie, John. It's very upsetting to me. I don't understand. How do I I'm upset about it. Is there some kind of a phrase or something that you could say to me that would make me feel good about the fact that I do not understand that movie?
Forget it, Andy. It's Chinatown.
See, I thought if we were like in sync, like bridge partners.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We would up the show. People go inside baseball. You can't start with episode 190. You gotta go back.
That's right.
I cannot imagine listening to our show for the first episode. No, I mean, I wish I could go back.
I envy someone.
Yes. I envied the first 20 shows where Josh had to talk me off the ledge.
Right. Now I don't even correct you when you put Lauren Bacall into the Maltese Falcon.
God damn it. So you just want to make me look like a goddamn idiot? What's the movie I'm thinking about where he goes into the shop and he pretends he's an expert and the lady's working in the shop? Oh, God. Is it the same movie without Lauren Bacall?
No.
I don't know. I'm the worst. No, I'm the worst. It doesn't matter. I'm a terrible person.
No, you're okay.
No, I'm not buying even your fake cajoling because I have seen the Maltese Falcon 2 or 3 times, but obviously none of it sunk in because I have no memory. I keep thinking that there's a falcon in it and there's a Maltese. Did you see the not Bill Clinton, the Jimmy Carter movie, the rock and roll president?
I did. I liked it.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted more because I started to think, I don't know if this premise is solid enough for the whole 2 hours.
It's not quite. It wasn't quite a 2-hour premise, and yet I still respected them for staying on topic, pretty much.
Right, but you did think when you were getting the previews that he would be not. We know he didn't take drugs, but we did think he would be in the studio mixing things with the Allman Brothers, the way they had the promotion going,
no, I didn't really have that sense. No.
I came out of it liking. Well, I never didn't like Jimmy Carter, but I had problems. I didn't think he should back out of the Olympics, but I did come out of it respecting him even more as a man who tried to be peaceful, and I think he's pretty cool that way. Go ahead. Take me down.
No, he's an asshole. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Stop it, Josh.
No, I mean, in fact, it did sort of, it elevated my sense of like what an outsider he actually was at the time.
Yeah. And really, as someone how old were you in 76?
In 76, I was 5.
Okay. So I remember graduating college.
As a 5-year-old, I would have voted for Gerald Ford because I knew who he was.
He was reasonable. You thought Chevy Chase was Gerald Ford. But I remember Jimmy Carter, and I remember those years, and I was on lines for gasoline, which I don't think, did you ever experience that happen one more time, right?
I've never had to go live through gas line times, no.
Right. So he was dealing with horrible things, a nation that was so ignorant about what had happened in Iran that all they could do is focus on Ted Koppel day 2, day 3. It's just amazing.
This
all the
is
horrible things.
Nightline. Tonight, America under siege.
That guy's an asshole. If you think back at it, he helped Ted Koppel, who always decries the current state of TV news. He was really a tabloidy kind of guy. When are they going to let them go?
But I remember. But do you remember those nightlines? That America,
yes,
that nightly crisis feel.
Absolutely, it was. It
was so much better than 24-hour crisis feel.
That's true. That's true. It was. So I guess it's. But it was. That was I think that was the beginning of the end in a certain way. But I don't know how good were Cronkite and how good were those people?
I don't know. I mean, it was, granted there wasn't something to report necessarily every night about it, but it was real news at least.
No, I agree with you. I mean, you know how I get on one thing. Like, I don't like Koppel, so I'm onto that thing. No, I get it.
Day 24, will Kim and Kanye divorce?
No, I credit him for talking about real issues. But on that particular issue that his show, I think, was jettisoned by, that issue was completely bogus because that was all. Yes, you could in the moment get upset at people who were holding these hostages. I'm not saying I was for them. The idea.
I lost you at the show was jettisoned by. What does that mean?
I don't know what that meant. That was just stupid. That was Blowhardy thinking he could get in there. Blowhardy. Jettison should mean his show was eliminated.
Yeah.
So I think I meant launched his show.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I literally, I wasn't just busting your chops there. I know,
it's so confusing. What are you going to do when the words sound crazy? I think when his show was jet streamed in. Yes. So the fact that his show got its start with that issue And that issue, I think, was just wrong. It was just like Americans were wrong. And
they were certainly wrong about our conduct in Iran, but I mean, this was still, they weren't right to take 50 hostages.
No, I don't think they
storm our embassy.
No, don't misunderstand me, Josh. Are you misunderstanding me?
We're here tonight with Mr. Andy Kindler, who seems to think the Iranians were in the right.
I guess what I'm saying is, like, I have a friend who...
He seems to say that America reaps what it sows in foreign affairs. Is that correct, Mr. Kindler?
I think you nailed me, Ted. But here's what I will say. Ted, don't misunderstand me. But it's like, okay, fast forward to when George W. Bush calls them the axis of evil. You know, it's like these people who we did nothing but go into their country, take out the people we didn't like, put in people we did like. So in that case... so I'm not saying Ted Koppel, but we still were ignorant as a country. We thought I'm saying I was ignorant. I didn't know what the Middle East was even.
Right.
You know, I mean, I knew, but I didn't know. And I'm saying, stop it, Josh. I'm a good boy. Right? Tell me I'm
Kindler
lovable.
seems to think that we should not have been propping up the Shah for all those years, and that's
true, Ted. That is true, Ted.
Yes,
I do believe that.
I'm just trying to restate your
But why are you restating
opinion,
it,
sir?
Why? But you're stating it like you almost sound haughty to me, Ted.
I'm a well-educated man.
Don't throw it in my face. He would get to me, wouldn't he, if I had to be on his show? I am not your father, but I am actually more intelligent, probably, even than your father, and would have been even better as a father.
I would just like to wrap up tonight by saying God is dead and you're stupid.
And we were throwing titles around left and right, and everybody was crapping on everybody else's titles. And finally, Wald said, you know, in horse racing, they have a newspaper which carries all the information about horse racing that is called the Morning Line. Why don't we just call this program the Night Line? And we all hissed and hooted and booed and told him what an idiot we thought he was and what a crappy title we thought it was. And he said, well, I haven't heard anything better so far. And then Roon said, he said, you know, if we call it ABC News Nightline, it won't sound quite as stupid.
You think it'd be fun for you to hear why it didn't work for 3 minutes?
No.
Okay. I had the wrong cable in. I had the cable from the Shure SM50 that came with the Shure SM57 in. But I had the others, but
not plugged in.
It was lying. I found it. It was on the floor, close to me.
That's good.
This is not good, Josh. This is not good. I'm very sorry. And, I really am sorry this time because I think I've apologized before where I've had a lot of anger. And even now I don't feel sorry. I feel angry.
Yeah.
And,
which doesn't really seem fair to anyone.
No, not to you, not to me. No, more to you. More not fair to you. I'm willing to move on. Here's what I'm willing to do. If you want to put a placeholder, I'll put a placeholder in my feelings about myself, and you can if you want to put a placeholder in them and just continue as if it's not 25 minutes past when you were supposed to start.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
No, I want you to be excited about it.
No, I can't do
okay.
that.
You can't do that?
That's a little too much to ask.
That's a little bit too much. Good evening. How are you, Josh?
I'm pretty good, Andy. How are you?
Were you really good before this?
I was good before this. Hazarai.
You mean like you were like looking forward to the show?
No, I wouldn't go that far. But I was.
All right.
I had a good day though.
Oh, what happened that made it different than every other COVID quarantined insurrections day?
My film was named one of the 10 best documentaries of 2020 in LA Weekly, which made me feel good.
That is huge news. That's great. Congratulations. That's really cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. Man.
A lot of documentaries last year.
That's right. And LA Weekly, I don't know if they have a physical paper anymore. Maybe they do. but they're still, they still have cred.
They still have some cred, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they always had cred with their reviews. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, it felt good.
Did you agree with the review? Did you, or that's not the point?
I didn't agree with her not mentioning my name, but I did.
What?
But I did agree with, that it was good.
How did you not mention your name?
I don't know. There was a lot of that with this movie because Michael's so compelling.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see.
I think it's just, I frankly think it's rude to talk about a movie without mentioning the director, but that's just me. That's just me, a director.
Right. But if the, on the off chance that the, reviewer is a fan of Lost, I hate that word, Thought Spiral, thank you anyway. No, you're not worried about that. Yeah, I think that's an odd thing. I mean, you are directing, if your name was Christopher Columbus, it'd be different.
Oh.
Is that guy still around?
I think he's dead.
No, not the guy who discovered America. I mean, who didn't discover America.
Yeah.
Who discovered America.
No, the movie director as well.
Are you mixing him up with Christopher Cross, who I don't think is dead?
No, I think he's just caught between the moon and New York City.
Which you would think is more like purgatory.
Well, no, I hear you can fall in love pretty easily in that zone. I know it's crazy, but it's true.
I know it's crazy. Here's the way you sing. Here's my impression of that kind of singing.
Yeah.
I know it's crazy, but it's true. I know it's crazy.
Arthur was going to pieces. Even alive, her fire. Next thing you know, they're closing down the town.
One thing he does is he lets go of the note. He doesn't go, New York City. He doesn't do that.
No, he goes, when you get caught between the moon and New York City.
That's weak.
It's great. I know, I ran out of wind. It's falsetto.
No. I mean, the singing style. The singing style is weak. That singing style is very Muzak-y to me.
It is.
And I don't know if we need that.
It's a shitty song, let's be honest. It's very much in the vein of the, something's telling me it might be you.
Oh, I like that song.
From Tootsie.
That's a good one.
No, it's really not. It's
just
as wussy as fucking Arthur's song.
I don't know that the concept of Tootsie holds up, and I love that movie.
Well, I mean, the plausibility of Tootsie never held up, really.
The only but hilarious scenes where Sidney Pollack is angry at him as his agent. I begged you to get therapy.
I think, yes.
Aren't they so great? I begged you to get therapy. And he's arguing with him.
Bill Murray was funny too.
Yes. And now I don't remember the whole rest of the movie, but it seems a little schmaltzy for my taste.
It's a little schmaltzy. I mean, I don't think you have taste, but yeah.
Huh?
But nothing.
Oh. Whew. That was close. I like the way that someone would react to that by going, that was close. It's like the stupid guy who keeps thinking that someone's accusing. I like the way all the listeners to our show now have adopted, oh, no, talking to me online. Oh, no. Like it's become a national.
Good.
Everyone knows in the country.
Do.
Oh, no.
Do.
No. I play that part, but the thing is, I'm happy to play the part, but I'm a very intelligent man.
Very, yes.
I'm good at thinking of, like, my philosophies are good, right?
I'm smart.
Yeah.
You're all good, Fredo. I mean, Andy.
Oh, I do feel every once in a while that had I been born later and could have made the dive into exciting math, I still would have hated it.
Into exciting math, are you saying?
Yeah. The math these days with the kids.
It's very exciting.
Things. But I had no interest in it.
No, it's a little late for you to take up exciting math.
Yes. Can you co-sign off on that for me?
I'd say stick with exciting English.
I think even the word cosine indicates that I don't have that's calculus, I think. And that's not even
I think
math.
it's trigonometry, actually.
That's even worse.
It was bad for me. That was the class I stapled money to my final on.
What was that?
Trigonometry.
You did what?
I stapled money to my final when I handed it in.
Why?
To be funny.
Oh, to like you were going to bribe?
Yeah.
That is, cannot think of a better joke for someone that age. Because that took a lot of balls.
It took a lot of balls. That was pretty proud.
But it had to be a teacher who liked you.
He barely liked me. He passed me only because I made him laugh a couple of times big, I think.
Including that one?
Yes.
So in no way did he go,
it was also my last math class in life.
What is it? Both of us are such geniuses otherwise. Why not?
Well, here was my problem is I always tested really well in math, but I wasn't actually good at math. I was good at problem solving.
Wow.
So,
in other words,
I could get the answer, but not the right way. And the whole point is getting it the right way. So, at some point your cleverness runs out when you get to like trigonometry, for example, and you literally don't understand what trigonometry is for a semester.
Yes.
But that's what happened is I tested really well. They put me in the accelerated math program. And I just held on by my fingertips for years, and then I find once I hit trig, I could neither fake nor joke my way out.
Then
some of my best classroom comedy did come in math classes in high school, I have to say.
Do you remember any hits?
I did in geometry once. There was a graphing thing, and on a test I solved it by drawing a dot-to-dot picture of a bunny. And then in the solution, I went, it's a bunny.
Now, was there performing aspect to this? Or
yeah,
in other words,
no, I would given myself over to comedy by that point. Remember, I started at 15, so.
I still can't believe that.
I had high school became my day job, like immediately. So I was just trying to get through my shitty day job.
That is so precocious. I'm surprised it's not kosher. I mean, that's a lot of precociousness.
It was
15.
It was probably too much.
Well, no, it's pretty. It indicates burnout by 20.
Yes, it's true.
Why? Wasn't it that young guy who had Freddie Prinze's gun, and didn't he burn out? Whatever. I mean, he probably had other issues.
No, I was burned out by 20 as a road comic.
Yeah, but okay. Tell me again how old you were when you moved to L.A.
20.
Oh.
And I had done 40 weeks on the road the year previous.
And wait, and you'd already done Mystery Science?
Yes.
You had come to L.A. with so much under your belt, but did you come thinking to yourself, I know that I better get something quick, or you knew that it was you're going down into you don't know.
No, there was no rush. I had $8,000.
Oh, so you had enough money for a few years.
Yes. No, yeah, I mean, I wanted to work much faster than I actually did work.
And had you been to Los Angeles before?
Only one. I mean, I went as a kid, but only once as a comic adult, where I came out and stayed with Jeff Cesario.
And how old were you then? 17?
No, I was, same age. It was like in September, he flew me out to write a special with him for like a week.
How was that? Was that fun? That's so cool that you did that.
And then I moved out in January, like 3 or 4 months later.
He seems like a sweet man.
He was sweet, yeah, and he actually he paid me scale too when he didn't have to. I mean, he paid me.
That's really cool.
In case it got picked up, it was so that I'd be covered guild wise.
All right, let me ask you a question. How does I know people who preface things like that should be killed, but how could it be picked up if it was a special?
He had it was a special it was like a holiday special for Fox, but it was a comedy, like sketch. It was, it wasn't a stand-up special. It was Jeff Cesario's something holiday. And he had gotten development money for it. It never happened, but we turned in a script. And
were there other comedians that I might know who were involved in the project?
It was just he and I.
Oh, so was that?
And I had written for him on a show called Sunday Best on NBC from around that same time from Minneapolis. He had gotten me that gig.
Well, let me see if I can guess what that gig is. Sunday Best.
We've talked about it before.
Well, but so that doesn't mean I have any memory of it.
It's like the Netflix. It was like the Netflix after party, but in 1990.
Oh, okay.
It was NBC having a show about NBC shows, but the cast was Meryl Marco, Harry Shearer, Carl Reiner, Jeff Cesario.
Wait a second here. Meryl Marco, Carl Reiner, and Jeff Cesario?
And Harry Shearer, yeah.
And Harry Shearer?
Mm-hmm.
And you hung out with those people?
I did not. I wrote from Minneapolis.
Oh.
The other weird thing is that the other Josh Weinstein of Simpsons fame eventually wrote on that.
Not familiar. I don't know who you're talking about.
He wrote on that show. Josh Weinstein and Bill Oakley wrote on that show as actual staff writers. So there was.
Now he's not Weinstein, is he?
He's Weinstein.
Okay, right, yeah. And Oakley.
So, and that was the show he got into the guild on. So that's how he got to claim Josh Weinstein.
So, I get it. No, you have to be a moron not to. I get it.
I was pre-guild, so I was a consultant.
Look, there's nothing wrong with it being pre-guild. I'm pretending you said you were gay. Look, there's anything wrong with that.
Thank you for giving me the decoder key up front.
I'm a premise whore. I pretend that I'm talking about that as if it's gay.
I'm going to pretend that you just told me you were an escaped slave. Go.
Okay. And it's another episode of awkward theater. All right.
Yeah.
You're white. You're white.
Yeah.
No, you're really white.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're really white and you're really rich, but now play a slave and one who has a very stereotypical accent. Go. What are you talking about? That's the game. Hello.
Whoa. You're canceled.
Whoa. What? Well, you told me that's your stereotypical. Oh. I don't know. I enjoy that kind of prank. Sure. Now that's a prank.
That's a prank. Get someone canceled on stage.
Yeah. Cancel culture. So that's exciting to me. So no, you never got to be at a rap party with Carl Reiner is what I'm thinking.
I did not. And the show lasted 3 weeks.
Is some a replacement?
No, just a bad idea. In fact, Carl, and this was 25 years ago, almost 30 years ago, Carl was doddering then. He was so doddering that they had to bring in Anne-Marie Horsford as his co-host in week 2.
That's interesting. So he couldn't have had dementia or something like that.
No, he just wasn't in a sharp phase, apparently.
Right. Well, you know that whole routine about did you ever listen to that Mark Maron?
Jesus, he was only 70, or 68 at the time,
Well, there's that interview Mark Maron did with Mel Brooks, and he did an interview with Carl Reiner, and one of the
Mel's like, he's about 80%.
That was good.
What do you think? What did I say? About 80, right?
You're right. Maybe 85. You're right. I would have loved to hang out with those. I met
Mel a few times on the Sony lot when I worked there.
That must have been. Was it fun or not? Or wasn't? You weren't there long enough to get it to be fun.
No, it was fun. He was very sticky.
I can't imagine any situation where if he was standing next to you for 3 or 4 minutes or a minute, it's not like he's performing. He's just sticky.
Yeah, no, he was good, and it was usually directed at the female writer I was with.
I met Carl Reiner. I think I mentioned that before.
Yeah.
Once at the Malibu area.
I met him on later, and he was very nice. But
Is he a tall man?
He was a tall man. Yes.
That's what it seems like. Sometimes I can't tell. You know, I'm very attracted to Kelly Loeffler, and I'm wondering if she's too tall. I'm just kidding. I really am just kidding.
Yeah. You'd like to go up on her?
Okay. I would like to, I want you to run this part by Michelle Weiscover. If she says you can include it.
I think she's in.
There was a funny joke that she quoted on Mads today online. I forgot it already. That's a great story. It's a great story. It was really funny though. I'm going to get it now. It was a trans joke. It was a trans World Airlines. It was something like, this person, J.K. Rowling is the president of Trans World Airlines.
Ah.
Do you know that J.K. Rowling is a kind of on a bad run?
I did know that as sort of
okay, good.
As sort of a transphobe, if you will.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to say it. And that hurt me because I grew up with those books. You know what, Josh? I don't know if I'm sentimental, but when you grew up with those books, with what if I was on a quiz show?
It hurts me. It hurts me right in the podwalker. I don't know.
Is that you're right? Right.
Not a thing.
Hey, easy dumble down. Is it dumble down? Easy dumble down.
Yeah, it's true.
It can't be
dumble down.
It's not dumble down.
It's dumble down the stairs.
I know it's Dumbledore.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Someone complimented me. I think it was a compliment by saying that I reminded them of so-and-so from a Peter Jackson movie, which I think was like Hobbit.
Yeah.
I'm a Frodo, not Frodo.
Yeah, you're kind of a Frodo.
No, Frodo's not from that show.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I made up a Hobbit name.
Yeah.
No, I must have heard that.
Frodo and Bilbo. Those are your two key hobbits.
But he named I was like an actor.
Frodo would be your Lord of the Rings hobbit, whereas Bilbo would be your Hobbit.
And who's like which one of them is like a hilarious comic who could be like a hilarious Jewish comic?
Oh, that's Harpo.
I heard the story of how they came up with those names, and it seemed like a real story.
Of the Marx
now
Brothers?
I forget the story. How they came up with the Marx Brothers names.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be Harpo. It's a great story.
One of them chewed a lot of gum, so he was Harpo. One of them played the harp, so he was Chico.
Oh my God. Why do I have to wait an hour and a half till I understand what joke you're doing?
I don't know.
Did you get that joke?
Did you get that? Let me do an easier version of it.
No, what I'm saying is I don't even know it's a joke until 15 minutes later I get an email. That's a long joke.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate those jokes where they go on the third day, then the fourth day, and then on the fifth day, do me a favor now and open up my shoe. Is that Ace of Spades yours? Josh, come on.
What?
Josh, come on.
What,
I'm so needy.
What?
This is me needy every second.
Andy?
Come on.
What, Andy?
Come on.
Come on.
Love me throughout the horrible things I'm saying. Love me even though I have nothing to say.
Yes, I do.
Love me even though I delayed 15 minutes and even then had a problem. Love me through it all.
I don't love you, Andy. I'm just disappointed.
What? I'm confused. Wait, that's worse then. You both don't love me. Wait, you don't love me, so it doesn't matter that you're just.
All right.
Oh, we're on tonight. You know, I was afraid. And I want to say, anything from the impeachment saga that you'd like to point out? Because it's just, I feel like I'm still on the edge of my thing about it.
Yeah, I don't have a lot. It was heartening that a few crossed over.
Yeah.
But
I didn't even know there were people in the Republican Party, actual people.
Yeah. There's 10 today.
But they were all white robots.
Yeah. No, it's not a good group of people. I'm with you.
How do you, let's say you were the PR spokesman of the GOP and I said to you,
yeah.
you have 99% white people. Do you feel as if maybe that you're doing something that is scaring off the others?
Do I think that I'm scaring off the others?
No, you're not. That's not a PR guy. He doesn't answer like that. He goes, nah. You got to be more like Mr. Mainway. The kids love plastic bags.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to find a comedic angle before I dove in.
That's never stopped me before. Why do I enjoy? Why is it endlessly funny to make fun of how horrible I am? It's endlessly funny to me.
Because what's the alternative?
That's true. Why should I give up the milk? Isn't that the way that joke goes?
But we need the eggs.
I don't want to give up the milk.
We need the eggs.
Oh, I need the eggs. That's right. Why should I give up the milk? I can't even get the simplest statement. You know?
You were thinking of the euphemism for having premarital sex.
Oh, I know what that one is. You can't have your I can't. I was about to say something horrible. But I could never say that word. And the only reason why I was going to say it was because Trump used it. Like a Queens guy against Pence. Either you're going to be a patriot or a pussy. You're a pussy, Mike. In the great words of Donald John Trump, 45, you're a pussy.
Yep.
Hey, kudos to you for coming up with a new way of going, yep.
I think you got your best Trump impression in the last week of the administration, however.
Do you think that was good?
I think that
it wasn't good.
No, it had the most thing to it. It had the most character built in.
Yeah. Well, it's because because the thing that's weird about it is those are people from those are people who listen to Howard Stern on Long Island. That's where he's from. I'm from Queens too, so I'm not saying I'm better, but that's where you come up with words like that. Hey, Mike, you pussy. You can't come up for me. You can't do a thing for me, you pussy. And then Mike Pence is supposed to go, no, don't, I am not. Or something like that.
Oh, Mr. President, please stop calling me a pussy.
You pussy, Mike. You pussy.
No, sir, I'm not a pussy.
Okay, Mike, I'm going to go back now and tweet again that people shouldn't hang you. How you like them apples?
You're probably right about that, sir, but I wish...
Hold on a second. Giuliani wants to talk to you. Wouldn't that be good if I could do that?
I would.
Really? Is being an impressionist that good? Remember what's his name still alive? Rich Little is still alive.
Rich Little, I believe, is still alive. Fred Travalena is probably still with us, but maybe not.
No, I think oh. I told you I didn't know that that Kreskin was still alive.
I could have told you that.
And and even since then, I bet he is.
If he's really any good, he'll hear us talking and call in.
I like those mentalists. That's not easy to do.
No, actually it is because it's bullshit. It is easy to
do. Well, it's not like close-up magic or something like that. That takes real.
Yeah, that's a real skill. That's almost an art.
You know what? They used to call. You know what they used to say was great close-up magic.
What's that?
Me and my wedding night.
Aha! Talk about a disappearing act.
You know what's sad? That I probably have never done well sexually. This gets more and more depressing.
Yeah.
No. Going off of the droopy thing, I'm just saying I don't have it in me. Boop 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 boop.
I'm afraid our time is up.
What? Why would I go to my penis for therapy?
Well, why maybe take your penis to therapy?
Yeah, I would. I just want to let you know. I make fun of you. Penis that doesn't operate correctly. But yes, I just want to say, I love you. Go home. Go home. Go home to safety. But I love you. We need you to stop now. But I love you.
Back to one. Hey, so you have sent me a piece of music.
Oh, thank you for reminding me about that.
That we're going to play during this next break. Hint, hint.
Okay, so sorry.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Okay, I just found this on my hard drive. I don't even know where it came from. Like, I literally don't know where. I mean, I know what it is. So it's my sister. It's actually there's 2 songs, but I only sent the first one because the second one I'm not sure about. What? What'd you say?
Nothing. Sorry, I was.
Are you getting a Santa Ana coming in? Those come in so suddenly, right?
They really do. Hot from the north.
So here's the thing. Here's what I just want to say this. I love my sister's voice. Now, my sister's a little bit, she's not hopped up, but it's like her at the top of her, like singing very, very, loud, at the top of her game in a way, not game, but she's like really projecting. And I'm playing guitar. And you can tell that I have some possibilities as a guitar player, but I'm not trying to apologize for it. I'm not apologizing.
You're both hamming it up. It sounds like a little bit.
It sounds like it's not even that we're hamming it up. It's like
a little more mustard than it should be.
But right. So like later on, when I find the actual tapes that my sister made in Montreal, those will be her songs, just beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, but this is a song that she wrote. I'm playing the acoustic guitar. So there's a drummer and a bass. It sounds, if you can figure out why it sounds so weird, Josh, let me know.
All right.
But I'm very excited that people get to hear my sister sing.
Me too.
Yeah.
And here's the Kindler twins.
I wanted to explain one thing about the song. You knew that was my sister's song, right?
Yeah, you introduced it.
Oh, she wrote it. Okay. All right, I just didn't know if I did the whole shtick properly.
Yeah, it sounds great. He said, not having not listened to it yet.
You're starting to get more and more like me.
Oh yeah, well, I know on after we're done here, it's time to edit, and then it's time to hear it.
Oh, in other words, why Gild the Lily? You're so excited to hear it, and you only want to hear it once. Look, I'm not bad-mouthing. I'm not creating a situation where you're going to critique my sister's singing and her writing, and then I'm going to be crying.
No, I said this was actually my way of having totally clean hands.
That's it. That's true. You sound like, thank you, Judas.
After you hung me out to dry on the coffee last week, I didn't want to be.
That was terrible. I don't know where I was going with that. First of all, you have your right to and I have my right. And if by chance, remember this one? I'll do my thing, you do your thing. And if by chance we meet, it's beautiful.
No, I don't, but it's words to live by nonetheless.
No, they weren't. Today, it was like, I'm not in this world to live up to your expectations. You're not in this world to live up. It's basically a long thing where a guy is basically saying, I'm going to fuck every woman I can see. And I hope that that's cool with you.
So it's like Karen.
Yeah. Look, I think more and more about Karen. I think in a lot of ways it was tough love. Karen, you need someone to love you, but I'm not the person who's going to love you. So get off my back.
Yeah. It was
grow.
It was
grow on your
have better taste in men was the message of the song. Really.
Wait a second. That's a step too close. You've done it. Now you've done it. Have you ever thrown down the gauntlet and then now tell me what the gauntlet is?
It's a song about a man incapable of providing the things that are necessary in a relationship.
You told me, Karen, that I ran you through the gauntlet because I forced you to wear a thing that had a hole in it for sex. Well, she was Orthodox Jewish. I was Orthodox Jewish. She was 16, 14. She was 12. I was 27. I like to paint horrible pictures.
This has just gotten awful in many ways.
Yes. Jerry Lee Lewis said he had a wonderful preschooler he'd like me to meet. Is this wrong? Is this kind of comedy wrong?
It is.
Yeah, but this is
because it's not funny enough to defend. That's the problem.
All right. You want me to make it funnier?
Yeah.
Okay. It was an alien. No, this is exactly what's funny.
That's your answer it's your answer to Alienate.
It's exactly what's right. Tell me you don't think it's funny. Just say that again.
I don't think it's funny.
You're wrong. You're out of it. I'm making a comment about inappropriate sexuality by portraying someone who went out with Karen. But don't forget, when I did go out with Karen, honestly, I was only 32. Boom. The joke continues. No, we were the same age. Everybody. Who was the guy who wrote She's 16, She's Beautiful, and She's Mine? How old was that guy?
17.
Okay. Was that the Beatles?
No.
How come I thought the Beatles did a cover of it?
Maybe.
No, she didn't.
They did. She was just 17. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what I mean. You could get arrested. That's what he means.
Yeah, that's exactly what he means.
Hey, if I came up to a party, I said, "Hey, Josh, that girl I was telling you about who's 17, you know what I mean, right?"
Oh, you mean you're going to wait a year to do anything with her in a sexual way?
Yes. I love my character of the sleazy I think, what was it? The high school guy. He's 29. He never graduated. He hangs around school. It's Hank, which didn't know that show. So forget it. All right. I'm back.
Are you back?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
I've put aside.
Welcome back.
Woohoo. Where you at? I like John Sebastian.
Sure.
Call me Mrs. You know what? I like John Sebastian. Call me Mrs. Sebastian.
I can take about a spoonful of him.
What? How do you constantly are able
it's like
to do
a
the
gift.
wordplay?
That's disguised as a curse.
I mean, I was going to quote another song, but I couldn't think of one. Something about summer, right? Summertime.
And the living is easy?
No, it's isn't this their song too? Summer in the city.
That's Hot Town, Summer in the City. Back of my neck, feeling dirty and gritty, which really isn't that interesting a fun fact.
I never felt so hot in my life. I could feel my ball stick to my leg. That's the X version of it. Hot town, summer in the city. Nobody can even afford to live in this city. Many, many years it got gentrified and artists had to move to New Jersey. Did I do that to the tune of?
Sort of.
All right. I know you want to get out of this. If it was up to me, we'd stay in this playland. We'd stay in this sandbox for another hour. Do you ever say sandbox when you're in a meeting?
Always.
I just want to create.
Always. Because that's where my meetings are held.
Why does that kind of a thing make me angry? Like, we're just having fun here, kids. The boss says, everybody gather up. It's just, I want you to feel like you're playing in a sandbox here at Schmeckeltown Distributors.
Andy, just be honest. You don't know what people say at offices.
I don't. I really don't. I don't. Okay. All right. I'll try and, I'm the guy in the office.
Okay.
Here's my guy in the office.
Right.
Hey, Schmearson, did you go to HR like I told you? You were supposed to go to HR. Okay, Josh, stat. There's no more toner. There's no more toner in the copier. You get the toner and put it in immediately.
Stat. They don't use stat.
They don't use stat. You know, I understand they don't use.
They use ASAP.
Stat.
They use ASAP sometimes.
You know what they actually use in the hospital? This is interesting. They don't use stat. They actually use a longer version. They go, "Excuse me, can you get this thing done like right about now?"
They say it's extremely urgent, but they say it fast.
It's extremely urgent. It's extremely urgent. Do it quickly. Do it quickly. Quickly. Because no one knew what stat meant.
Right.
It was when Tony Danza was in St. Elsewhere and he didn't understand it. So instead of saying stat, you know what they said? Tony. Oh, I'm on. Just let it run, Josh. You know what? I'll record this into one of my digital recorders and I'll send it to you and you just fucking take out the gold and leave in the platinum.
That's really that is the editing process.
Yeah, I don't know what that last laugh was because there was some affection in that last laugh.
I think it was actual humor. You didn't recognize it. It was me actually. It was me actually finding something funny, which was I understand why that threw you for a loop.
I have never gotten a laugh that I thought was a real laugh to the joke.
Yeah, I know.
It's always like, look at this idiot dying.
It's kind of like call security.
I don't like him.
Keep him here.
Shiv him in the gut on the way out. Is that still right? Am I right about that? Shiv him? Yeah. Give him a shiv?
The number 29.
This is great. So I'll see you next week. That was a great show.
Fantastic.
Okay. And thank you. And I'm very proud. Oh, what? There's letters.
There are letter writers all over America and the world having conniptions right now.
You sound like Yule Hauser, very excited about.
There's people who've written all these delightful tweets that are going to be missing out on their own questions.
Okay, you sound very excited about it.
I think it's going to be a very good question segment today.
Here's a question from Lou.
Here's a question from Dan Marsh. Dan Marsh says if you could do a long-form interview with any living person, and that person could be candid and open, no matter how private and reclusive they normally are, who would you pick?
Whoa. I always go with Dylan, but he's gotten so much meaner.
You can do it. Come on in, Jew.
No. See, I don't buy it, Bob. Are you really going to be open and tell me, like, for example, Bob, here's what I want to know.
I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Okay, what the hell does many of these songs mean? Desolation Row, for example.
It means what it's supposed to mean at the time.
I knew it. They advertised this as Bob Dylan finally communicating in an open way. I knew it was a ruse.
There is no about. It's just it.
Ooh, okay, I'll take that. And scene?
Thank you for your stupid and pedestrian question. Oh, here's one from my friend Barry Golob.
Hi, Barry Golob.
And Barry, because we were talking about someone asked me where the best place to sled in St. Louis Park was, and I told them about the Cedar Manor Pit. And Barry writes, drove by Cedar Manor today, would have taken more pics, and he sent 2 pics of it. But when you're alone taking pictures of other people's kids, the clock is ticking. But Cedar Manor, this is like eating a Madeline in a Proust story here. Cedar Manor is hopping with sledders in these photos. I'm very glad to see that. And I'm also glad to see that they have terraced the steepest hill, which is where I got all my concussions. So that's no longer in play.
Oh, so they create an area that means you can't fall off into a big, giant chute.
It seems as if they put like a ramp, maybe a disabled ramp down into the pit.
Oh man.
So, the pit looks good. The pit looks like it did, except for they moved the playground equipment.
So it's already been, I know it's a dumb question, as all of mine are. Are they, it's all snowed up? It's all snowed up.
Right? You can, it's like a little, it's a bowl kind of. It's like a 2-sided bowl. And then you can see the frozen marsh pond beyond it.
Oh my. So, and then have they got a nice blanketing of snow in Minneapolis?
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, see. So
you don't want it too powdery for sledding because that takes speed off.
Yes. And I've gone down hills that I didn't die on, but it was when you're sledding and it's complete ice. Oh, you go fast.
Oh yeah. I know every possible sledding condition.
Have you hit every particular part of your body hard?
Yes, I've hurt myself many ways sledding.
Have you done a snowmobile?
Well, just alone in that I told you that they terraced the most dangerous hill. There used to be a hockey rink at the bottom of that hill that had wooden walls to it.
That you could,
and it was too close to the hill. So you had to, like, if you were coming down the fast hill, there was an evasive action you had to take at the bottom, or you were going to run straight into a wooden wall.
Before seatbelts and before people cared what happened to kids, everything was they didn't care. Everything was a choking hazard. They just didn't care.
But the other side effect though is that when they would have to plow the ice rink, the hockey rink, and you'd have these giant mounds from the plows that became jumps at the bottom of the hill.
Ooh.
That's where the concussions really came in.
Did you tell me that you've had a concussion?
I've had more than one, yeah.
Oh, God, that's not good, Josh. No wonder why you're very slow during the podcast.
It might be why. It might be.
I wondered why I'm just a little. I just have a little less hitch in my get along.
It's giddy.
What is a giddy up? What is well, not the that's Seinfeld, but Andy Mayberry used to say that she has a peculiar hitch in her get along. What does it feel like to get a concussion? Or to be hit that hard? I've never been hit that hard in my head.
There's a headache involved, and then the thing that usually tells you it's a concussion is the nausea that comes along.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a look-see inside the old noggin?
Not personally, no.
You had, cause you had that, you could pay for that back in the day, right?
Right. Huh?
What? Andy trying to be sexual. Yeah. I know what you mean, right? Man, but you have not had any, I don't know, you have had certain amount of, deterioration mentally. So there's no way to, I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah, I can't tell with Josh. I can't tell if he's had a CTE. I am the worst person in the world. Also, I'm unfunny.
Well, that's the real rub.
That is the real rub. The obnoxiosity would not be nearly as bad without the...
No, I mean, look at Gilbert Gottfried. He's actually been successful at such a thing. And then here comes you with just one of the elements.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes I get the feeling with Gilbert that he may have alienated some friends of his.
I don't get that feeling.
I'll tell you one friend he did alienate later.
I know. He hurt Fred Willard. Yes, he did.
No, don't. Why did you say that?
Because you've talked about it like 17 times.
You know what? I just want to tell people right now, do not tell me something that you need to be a secret. Do not confide anything with me. And do not say, and also don't say anything if you don't want to hear it back 7, 10, 12 times a day for 5 years.
Done.
Did you know Gilbert Gottfried had falling out with Fred Willard? Did I tell you that before?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. How about we get back to the letters and we put this ugly chapter of me behind us?
If only that were possible. M. Ledsome says, my students have to devise an online performance, and some have chosen to do a piece about comedians trying to be relevant during the online COVID-verse. Any suggestions for content? Any advice for them on who to shape themselves on? All suggestions welcome. Love you guys. I would go, I'd go to Jen Kirkman. She's the one, she's putting out her Jen Kirkman-ness right there in monologue form.
Yeah, you can't get better than that. Oh, is she teaching a comedy class? What is she teaching?
No, she has her podcast, is what I'm saying.
Who does?
Oh my
no,
God.
Jen does.
Oh
but what does
God.
M do? What's M do? What's M doing?
Teacher. She's a teacher.
Yeah, but is she teaching a class in stand-up?
Oh my God, why is this so hard?
What if I was a moron? Would you have the same attitude?
I would have a shorter show.
Well, I'm a moron, so just be nicer to me.
If I was funny, I'd hang up right now.
No, but I'm trying to. What is she? Is she teaching a university class?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, shut up!
I don't know.
Oh, shut up!
I don't know.
Look,
there's no footnotes. It just says my students. Okay.
Hey, M, I would like to help you, but and my advice to me would be don't get Josh involved because it's like, he's bringing down. I can't. I'll talk to you separately off pod.
All right, then. Sous Vide says, is it wrong to say I missed the days when Andy didn't remember who Zuzu was?
I'm not sure. I still don't know who Zuzu is. Zuzu, no, Janie plays the piano. Yeah. Zuzu's the youngest.
Yes.
Why is her name Zuzu?
Because it's a nickname. Her real name is Zubin Mehta.
Jojo, shut the hell up with your name stinks, Zuzu. And there's no Christmas this year. That's me when he gets, I guess, really angry and he can't talk like Jimmy Stewart anymore.
Stephen L. Yates says, I remember in the 70s there was a tourism campaign for the hashtag Republic of Domingo. It featured Howard Cosell and James Mason. It would be great to hear it again, please.
Tonight. Is it a commercial?
Yeah, it was a tourism campaign for the Republic of Domingo. Let me reset the premise.
This is Howard Cosell. I'm here with the sophisticated, gregarious. I can't think of more good words for Howard Cosell. The amazing, the loquacious James Mason.
Yes, Howard, it's good to be here with you here in the Republic of Domingo.
You have to come down whether you're watching a boxing match between Tito Fuentes and Roberto Del Boson, or you're just lounging on our beaches.
I believe it's pronounced Dobison.
Dobison. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. And I'm here with James Mason, who goes out of his way to correct a friend if he gets the name wrong.
That's correct.
It's beautiful down here. Do you like, hey, James, do you like beautiful beaches?
I love beautiful beaches, Howard.
Do you like impressionists who can't keep a goddamn character going for 4 seconds?
I'm less enamored with that, yes.
Can I just do my classic Republic of Domingo?
No, you may not.
Okay. Roberto Dobson of Peru.
Oh, man.
This is Howard Cosell.
Dan Wade wants to know, hey guys, like you, I'm fascinated with the commercials on cable news. What are your thoughts on the Fisher Investments commercial with the broker I can only describe as anesthetized?
I haven't. If this is the people that I know, that I hate. This is the people who are like CAA, which tell you have to bring enough money to them. You have to bring at least $500,000 to them, or they won't take you on as a client. Yeah. That's like CAA dropping their clients that don't make enough money for them. You're supposed to tell me, what if I have $75,000? That's not good enough for Fisher?
No, it's not.
Well, who has $500,000?
Well, Fisher investors do.
No,
But that's not the problem with this commercial, and I don't even think it's the same commercial that we're talking about.
Oh, okay, sorry.
This is the one where it's like you got one broker. Yeah, well, you probably are commissions, and then there's the woman going, "We don't do that here." And then, oh well, I'm sure you do packaged financial devices. We don't understand your Earth language. We only do better when our Earthling clients do better.
Okay, you know what? That's still better than that asshole who just says, yeah. What are you looking for in investment? I don't like any of the double sales. We don't have that here. We don't have that. Is there anything you do object to? Kale. Yeah, kale. But they say it's okay if you blanch it. Why is that guy working? I'm tired of him working.
I haven't seen him in a while, frankly. I think he might have gotten him fired.
Oh, Josh.
I think you took food out of his mouth with your spite.
He stinks. He doesn't deserve. He should be food insecure. That guy. He should be food insecure. I wish on him food insecurity because his acting is so terrible, and I blame him. It's been 7 years already. Get a new gig, fake intelligent guy.
I made fun of him once on Twitter, and someone I follow goes, "Yeah, he's actually a friend of mine, a really nice guy."
I don't know who that person is. He can't be that nice a guy because at this point, if he was that nice, he'd realize what he's doing to America.
True enough. Tweet Bahara 3 says, after Trump is gone, we may have to ban the use of the word tremendous from public and private use for a while. Private. I said it like Popeye there.
Oh, from private and public use. Oh, no more tremendous from you. Oh, maybe we'll have to use other words like humongous. Oh.
Yeah, keep showing me up, impression boy.
Keep showing me up, impression boy.
Oh, I can't do
That's not the way my voice sounds.
That's not the way my voice sounds.
I sound like a regular human being.
I totally do.
I sound like the first Jew you'd round up.
I sound like the first Jew you'd round. It's true.
It comes and goes. One of these days, I'm going to get you.
Hey, buddy, have you seen any Jews around here? We're rounding them up. You seen any?
I can't hear you. I have a banana in my ear.
I forgot the question now.
Seth Dick Twa says, I got to say, Mama Dick III is stress reading IMDb again. She saw Josh was in Bad Teacher, but wasn't credited. She wants what's best for Josh and curious why he didn't get what he deserved. Any good Cameron Diaz tales? Cameron Diaz was pleasant but not very interested in chatting, though she had to sit there while we played our song on stage, which was Rockabye. And I wasn't credited, which did kind of bum me out, but I wasn't credited because it was I was hired ultimately as a musician, not an actor. And it was through the musician union, not SAG. So there aren't crediting necessities then. But it was fun, actually. We did a day of rehearsal, like literally learning the song Rockabye. And I was playing bass. And then for like the last half hour or so of rehearsal, Justin Timberlake came in and rehearsed with us. And he and I sang backup harmonies together.
Are you kidding me?
And then
I imagine he was nice to you.
Completely nice. Completely a delight in every way. And dreamy too.
Josh, that's not appropriate. I guess it is.
It is. It's both appropriate and true. And then on the shoot day, we did our thing. And then like the second part, like the scene opens with us playing this song. And then there's a thing where it's like Justin Timberlake steps to the front and does this sort of fun, comedy song, love song he had written. And it's all on him. But the AD, like after we shot our thing, goes, well, you guys, you can stay here on the stage behind him or you guys can rap, whichever you want. And I'm like, well, what do you say? I mean, do we get to actually rap? Go home? And she said, no, we need you around. I was like, okay, well then I'll stay on camera.
That's not a hard choice.
And sure enough, I'm standing there in the background of that scene for a long time.
What show is this?
Bad Teacher, the movie Bad Teacher.
Oh, I don't know that. Have we talked about, I know we've talked about this before, right?
I don't know. It was Gruber who got me the gig. Gruber was in the movie, and Gruber was the lead singer of the Teacher Band, which is what this was. And, so Gruber got us the gig, and the director of the movie was a Freaks and Geeks director who I knew, who had done both my episodes, so he was game.
And who else was in it besides Cameron Diaz that I would know?
Jason Segel, Justin Timberlake, Gruber,
cool.
Phyllis, I can't remember her last name, but she was from The Office, that Phyllis woman.
Yeah.
And, other funny folk.
How was the movie?
It was okay. There was funny stuff in it, for sure. Okay, not great, but funny,
Should I watch it this weekend and then go off on it?
You should watch it just to see your friend Josh playing bass in a movie.
Josh who? Beep, beep, beep. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. And Gruber too, right?
Yeah. Gruber actually has a real role in the movie.
Wow. That's cool.
My friend Thomas Chan was in the band too, who was a depreciator.
Why do you say that? I was friendly with Thomas Chan as well. You make it like I didn't know him. I was very, very...
This wasn't about you for too long a stretch. Is that what just happened?
Yeah. You didn't really get into how how does this get, man? Was it like my movie? Was it like my movie script, Bad Teacher?
Tell me about it, Andy.
All right. Let's not make me more of a monkey.
Greg Kelly says, I'm not sure what to think about the Sex and the City reboot, especially with some of the stars not returning. Though I was glad to see the rumor that Mr. Big will be played by James Mason. Can you confirm or deny? There's no truth to those rumors. I'm 100% Team Cottrell.
James, can I ask you a question? I didn't even know.
Of course, my diminutive friend.
What? Now, James, it's true. When you say the truth and you say it with that accent, it makes me feel good about being tiny. I'm not, I usually know when I started to read online about this thing. What the hell is happening with, I don't even know what the sex, who's remaking it? They're 75 years old now.
Why, yes, it's the same people, yes. Now,
so it's Sex and
now they'll be talking about the issues of later life. I'm sure they'll cover the topics of perimenopause and the other attendant conditions.
But will that have the same swing as...
I'm almost certain it will not, yes. Oh, if is your question, will it be good? Well, I think that's an entirely different conversation now, isn't it?
It's going to be terrible. Is Michael Patrick King involved again?
I don't. One of the people is, and one of the people isn't. I believe Michael Patrick King is, and Darren Star is not.
Boy, James.
So it might be vice versa.
I'm so impressed that you've been dead all these years, but your knowledge of pop psychology.
I still get the reporter delivered.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
You still get the reporter. That's nice. That's a good situation. I can't wait for this. I used to think it was Sex in the City. Is it? No, Sex and the City.
That wasn't interesting enough for me to respond to.
How about the lady who wrote the original column?
What about her?
Was she involved? Because she's 95. She does a gardening thing now.
She'll be collecting a check, I assure you.
I would love it if the whole movie was about the fact that they all hate sex now and they don't like each other.
Well, that shouldn't be too hard to sell.
Is there a Mr. Willie Garson? He's going to be there. Don't tell me he's not.
I can't say anymore.
Thank you, You know what, James? I'm very proud of you for hanging in this long. You're a gentleman.
I've already violated the terms of my NDA.
Well, good luck in the movie.
Thank you. Jason Parton says, figured I'd give you guys a break from my blinding insight over the last couple of weeks, but I'm back, baby. Okay. So Murphy Brown, thoughts? I loved it.
I did not. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, I loved it. I loved it was part of the question, not my response.
Oh, I didn't love it, but I didn't dislike it. I don't think I ever watched the whole episode. It just seemed tried and true in the wrong way.
Yeah, I didn't love it either. I thought there was things about it. I thought having the painter who wouldn't finish as a character was a very funny thing.
I don't even remember that. See, I missed that.
But overall, it was kind of just snotty, I thought.
And do I look very much like Miles from Murphy Brown, as my Aunt Ruth would tell me at every family gathering?
You don't, actually. You did at one point.
Wait, I don't know if that's a joke about me being old, tiny, or stupid.
It's just truth.
God, you are, what'd you take some truth pills this week? Hey, when you buy your Viagra,
I will be editing out my exasperated sighs, by the way.
I don't give a fuck. Oh, is that too much? Can I ask you a question? When you buy your Viagra, what is the difference between they say the same price, blue pill or the yellow? What's the difference?
I just go by a bottle count.
It's so nice.
I do the 200 count.
Yeah. I've been banging them. I took a jar and I banged it against my penis for like an hour. Yeah. Nothing happened.
You gotta wait 4 hours.
This is going to be the best old man sexual dysfunction material in the business.
Greeting, gents, says...
Oh, stop it! You don't sigh in between every letter.
Terry Caulfield says, greetings, gents. I'm building a COVID cover song playlist, and I'm finding some great ones out there. You have any favorites? What cover do you think is better than the original? Hallelujah by Rufus Wainwright? Thoughts? I would totally go... Hallelujah by Jeff Buckley over Rufus Wainwright any day.
Well, once again, I'm lost. I don't understand. These songs about COVID? What is the question?
He's building a COVID cover song playlist. I don't think they necessarily have to deal with COVID, but it's something.
Oh, well, that's where I got confused.
Yeah. And
okay, so yeah.
But I'm not sure. Hallelujah would not necessarily be a COVID song, would it? So that's what made me deduce that this wasn't COVID topics. That's why I latched on to the very specific question of Hallelujah by Rufus Wainwright.
You like that better than the other cover? I mean, then nobody likes. Susan said to me the other day that Leonard Cohen sounds too serious. Why is he so serious? What's he so upset about? That was her take on his.
I heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you?
See, to me, I'm already drunk on love from that.
It goes like this, the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah.
Now, as a musician,
I like the verses, but
yeah.
I hate the chorus in his. I don't like the choral chorus.
None of it bothers me, but I know what you know. No, I know exactly what you mean. But now that I've got two people in my life who are like, "What the hell is that guy sounding like?" It hasn't affected me though. Oh! She was talking about the documentary that we saw too, where he was just very, very serious. He's serious all the time. But I thought he was still funny.
He had wit, but he was stoic, and he was, the guy was a fucking monk for however many years,
Yeah, don't call him names. Oh, that's a good thing. Sorry.
He was He was a serious soul.
Yeah. I wish I had been friends with him, and I'm still hoping I could. I love him.
Andy, ask me anything.
So, what is it like now that you're dead in terms of your music? Do you write more, or do you hang out in heaven? What do you do?
I would say it's still serious and quiet.
How did you get all the ladies? That's the thing. I mean, I know you're an attractive man, but all the ladies loved you. What do you attribute that to?
My huge schlong.
And scene, folks. And they say we don't do good improv. Well, maybe they do say we do good improv.
They don't talk about us. Bill Steitler wants to know, does Andy regret doing crowd warm-up before the Capitol invasion?
You mean like in the chamber?
Oh, Andy, just let it be a joke. Let him. Why try to decode it when it's just funny?
Oh, so you just want me to go? It was a funny joke. Did you laugh when you first saw it?
I did.
All right. So I think I was trying to top it, like I always do.
Yeah. With your confusion tag.
Well, no, I was doing more like a comedic exploration. Like, what do you think? Right before they came in and started shooting, should I have done 2 minutes? Or when the tear gas pellets dropped? Is that when you do your time?
So you're just trying to make them feel bad.
Who, the person who asked the question or everybody else?
Bill Steitler.
I'm sorry, Bill. Don't let Josh's hate of me get her.
Alan says, Josh, please try watching the excellent 6-part Grateful Dead doc, Long Strange Trip. Andy, have you recently watched the Grateful Dead movie? It's on Amazon Video and in HD. Free. Love you guys.
I've seen that movie, the Grateful Dead movie, many, many times, and I will watch it again because it is an amazingly great movie. And I forgot the other part of the
other part was him imploring me to watch the 6-part Grateful Dead doc, which I did already. And in fact, I think we spoke about it on the show. But
right,
I didn't regret watching it, but it didn't make me care anymore, I gotta say.
I loved it, but I thought it was a little meandering. I did love it though.
Yeah, it was a long, fucking boring trip, is what it was, if you ask me.
Well, I'll give you one story that's a great story. Is the story about the guy on Stella Blue who was the guy at the board came out of the place where he was mixing because he was so into the song, and stuff like that is interesting to me.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, it was. I don't find their story that interesting. Really, is the thing. I think it's. It's almost the lack of story that makes them, what they are. The story is they just played, they played and played and played.
Well, also that they did popularize, for me, a way of jamming together that I just love. I mean, I just loved it. I don't think I've never seen Fish, or do I want to see Fish, but the way they kind of communicate as musicians.
But why? Why do you have automatic scorn for Fish if you love this kind of music?
No, my scorn for Fish is just based on my ignorance of it. It may be the greatest music of all time. So I've never heard a song, and so I could be totally wrong. I guess I don't have enough room. I don't have enough room for another band like that.
Yeah. There's not room for the Dead, so.
Huh? You can't do Jerry Garcia. Oh my God. What an amazing guitarist. Some of the best songs ever written, some of the best lyrics ever written. And, but you know what? If I start arguing about it, you're going to turn into my father. I'm going to get upset. And
I think we can both agree that the Grateful Dead are a good band and that you're stupid.
Okay. I can sign off on that.
Okay, good. No, I just don't have the patience for the Dead. I have total respect for them. And, the thing that was interesting to me is how success kind of destroyed the magic. And not in terms of breaking up the band, but in terms of like ruining the vibe.
I always wonder about that. I mean, I just think, it must have been tough with Jerry's because he was an addict. I think to me, that's what made it hard.
But I just mean the shows. I just mean once Touch of Grey hit and everyone suddenly became a deadhead, the shows, the whole scene changed.
Yeah, but not the way they played. They always played the same way. And
no, I know.
They never were affected. Oh, you're saying deadheadness.
Yes, I'm talking about the whole big picture of what a dead show was.
They took over my life, not took over my life, but from the first year of college, for many, many years, I was a deadhead, and I can still put it on now and love it.
That's true of my brother as well.
That's right. We're both, and this is how we are both ethicists, and we both love the dead.
Right.
But if you notice though, Josh, I don't get upset anymore. Those days are behind me. I don't get upset.
Yeah, I know, because that was funny.
What, when I got upset?
Yes.
Okay, I'll try it again.
Jordan Maywood wants to know the Cuba Gooding Jr. missile crisis. Is that a thing? It's almost a thing.
What is that? Is that about him? Oh, I don't understand what happened with Cuban Gooding. Look, Josh, you cannot get mad at me if I literally don't know a pop culture reference. I'm not. You should be happy I'm not on.
Do you know? Okay, then let me explain. Do you know the Cuban missile crisis? You've heard of that?
Oh, I don't get that. That joke went past me. The Cuba Gooding missile crisis. The fact that he has been in the news blocked me from getting the joke. But now I do get it, and I'm very happy with it.
Brian says, myself and fellow spiralers grabbed our kids and sleds and took the Cedar Manor Hill by storm. Yes, possibly one of the best sledding hills in the area. Thanks for the suggestion.
So this is someone who lived around there but never knew about it?
They were the one. He was the one who brought it up and asked me, what's the best sledding hill?
This is such good news. This is the type of thing that I always hoped the show would be. Kind of a Martha Stewart how-to restaurant show. Sledding show.
Yeah. Jordy says
I don't know. Look, I don't know why you're laughing. I think you're laughing because you think I'm doing shtick.
I think you're laughing I'm laughing just because there are times so far today where you just sort of string together words.
That's true. That may be true from how you hear it, but I have a very sophisticated internal thing going on that people who are listening for my message, they know what I'm saying.
Good.
I'm also not going to be affected by any lengthy pauses.
Okay, good.
Not working. It's not working anymore, Josh. Get a new way to get under.
It's actual exasperation. It is a lack of knowing what to say.
I don't know why you're
I have to say, absolutely just not knowing what to say.
I don't know why you're exasperated. But the fact that you're exasperated is not, I'll go back to the old pop psychology thing. It is nothing to do with me. It's that you don't, yes, it must be tiring. That's what I'll say. It's tiring to you.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. I'll buy that.
Good.
If you find this exasperating, I certainly hope you never get rounded up. All right, thanks.
Jordy says, many thanks for embarking on a new year of laughs. Is the dark comedy film Big Fan based on Andy Kindler? Patton Oswalt is terrific, playing a guy just like Andy who loves his football team and calling sports radio shows to give the business to other fans.
I have seen that movie. Have you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm that guy in that movie, but everybody thinks I'm like Patton Oswalt. But I get I definitely get the idea of, that I was someone who would be at home, like that guy, but I wasn't a big fan kind of guy. That movie I had mixed feelings about. Like I liked it and I thought Patton was great, but it left my mind very quickly after I saw it.
There was nothing profound about it. It was, but he was good. I thought he was good in a sort of, underwritten story, I would say.
You know, when I went to see it, I was actually excited because I had listened to a lot of sports radio, but it became less about, well, I don't know what I wanted. There's nothing, maybe if it had been more about sports radio, it wouldn't have been. The movie that I think represents me, not me necessarily, but what could happen to me under the wrong circumstances is talk radio.
Yeah.
Because I can relate to that Eric Bogosian character of someone who he incites people and then he doesn't kind of know how that could hurt him.
Right.
Also, it's based on a real story, so it's kind of cool.
I see what you're seeing. I think, you have, that character didn't give a shit how he was affecting other people as opposed to being oblivious to it.
Yes, that's true. But I could see that part. I could see making that switch in my own mind. I'm not saying I'm going to, but I could see if I was just a little bit different, I'd be like, yeah, fuck you. Yeah, fuck you. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. You know, but, I think, healthy people not healthy, but I don't want to call him unhealthy, but he got shot.
Right.
But he was also, it's like he's not like this, but there's like the guy in, his name is Van Gogh. Actually, he got killed. Theo Van Gogh. He got, killed by Islamic extremists, whatever. But his whole thing was to just go around saying how horrible Islam was. So it's like, I can relate to what do you call that? Sabotaging kind of thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I get, like I said, I see what you're seeing, but I don't think that, I think that your intent is less arrogant.
Oh yeah. I would hope I'm not that guy, because just like I hope I'm not Morton Downey Jr. You know?
Right.
Also, I thought it was a good movie. I don't know if it holds up, but I really liked that movie. I thought Bogosian was so great in that movie.
Yeah, I was in a huge Bogosian phase at that time, so I was very excited about it.
Yeah, he did
I saw him do Drinking in America live, and that was, I was so blown away by his presence.
He's great, right? I think
I was 13 or something too, I think.
So it may not hold up as well, but he certainly was good, really good. Did you ever see the thing called New Wave Comedy? It was like a few comics back in the 70s, and he was one of the comics on it. And
I never did.
It was amazing.
Now I want to.
It had do you remember Mark Weiner?
Sure.
It had puppets. He's on that one, and Eric Bogosian. It's literally called New Wave Comedy. Not as a joke. It was back when New Wave was popular.
No. I think I did. I may have seen that because it was filmed, not videotaped, is my recollection.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And I remember Mark Weiner doing his backwards hand puppet sluggo-y thing.
He was very funny, but I can't remember everything.
No, I just remember that little puppet thing he did with like his hand backwards. And then I remember
people should check that out.
I remember reading about him, like he got very Jewish and fucked up his comedy career because he couldn't do Friday nights. Yes.
And sometimes I mix him up with, Mark. There's another comic also who's an Orthodox Jew. I always forget his name. Yeah. There was that. Mark Weiner may have had a tragedy in his family, I think, but I don't know about that. But anyway, if anybody gets to see that movie.
Welcome to Half Stories.
Half Story. Yeah. You know what happened with him? He was addicted to smoke. No, not smoking. He chewed gum. Mark Weiner? Yes. He was the, you see the movie, The Beautiful Mind? That was about Mark Weiner.
I did not know.
Have they made a movie about, Russell Crowe? Russell Crowe may have a beautiful mind, but he can't do a goddamn accent if they held a gun to his head.
Sorry, I didn't have the right laugh queued up.
Do you not agree that he's terrible at voices?
It's not his best thing. I will agree with you on that. Yes. He did a terrible ancient Roman, I thought.
Have you seen My Ancient Roman?
Yes.
So good. You want to hear it now?
Sure.
Bring me Barabbas. Bring me Barabbas. Barabbas? Kneel before me, Barabbas. And I will... I am now going to stab you with my sword, Barabbas. Bring me Jesus and bring me Jesus and get him upset first. Get him moody and bring him to me. You are the Son of God? I don't think so. None of that was funny to you?
No, it was all funny to me. In its way.
Okay, but it was the previous hour and a half you didn't like.
I don't have, I'm not a giggler that often, really.
You don't look. You were hoping you wouldn't have to do a 4-hour session.
Let's be honest.
3 minutes.
Let's be honest, Andy. Neither of us is giving each other what the other needs today.
Oh no. You are always, even when I want to take you and throw you out of a window.
Yeah.
You're still the wind. You're still the wind between my wings.
Between your wings.
No, beneath. I'm sure it's beneath. Don't correct me until you check it out.
Tweet Bahar did a double shot here, but I'm only going to get out of just a sense of a taste. He did the same joke form with 2 punchlines. I'm gonna read the better of the 2.
Oh.
Gilbert Gottfried was fired by Aflac because he joked about a big storm drowning a lot of Japanese people. To monsoon.
I like that.
He did the same one with to tsunami, which wasn't as funny.
It's interesting because you would think maybe to tsunami, but monsoon's better.
Yeah.
To monsoon. But they're both good. What are we grading on?
I was actually grading there. Yes, I'm gonna go. Monsoon's the better joke of the 2.
Well, if I would trust you, because I don't really even know the difference between a punchline and a Jew.
But it was a tsunami that did kill the people, so it's hard to say. I guess in hindsight, they're both offensive in an equal amount of ways.
Right. They're both wrong.
Yes.
But I think monsoon might be better because it's more surprising.
Right. Fletcher Alexson says if Andy's ever looking for a job, I'm sure they're looking for a new owl for the Tootsie Pop commercials.
Is that true? Are they who book? Wow. I don't even know there was an owl on the Tootsie Roll commercials.
No. Ask me how many licks it takes to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a
How many
Tootsie
does it take? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Lixie Pop? The Dixie Pop.
A 1, a 2, a 3. A 3.
I hope you're happy.
I am, because the people who know that was dead on.
Hey, Josh, are we going to get BDO involved? Because we're a terrible company. So should we get a company that knows? If you get BDO. Take that out.
I was exactly today years old when I wanted to kill you. Sorry, I couldn't think of another thing to add to the today years old run.
It worked for me.
Right.
It worked for me was the name of my first album.
I was exactly today years old when I started using incredibly hacky phrases.
Hey, Josh, what don't you get about fill in the blank?
Wait, what?
What don't you understand about... Wait, what? Wait, I hope that wait, what? The fact that it's overused causes the cancellation of wait, don't tell me. Because I'm sick of it.
Wait, don't
I know you love
me,
it.
as I like to call it.
What do you call it?
Wait, don't entertain me.
I get up early. It's also the thing I love about it. It's on early Saturday morning. Who doesn't want to get up early Saturday morning and listen to comics riff on a boring premise.
Mm. Well, you certainly showed them the way.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Sorry, wait, don't tell me. It's all based on me despising the host.
Yeah. Peter Sagal?
Yeah. I don't despise him like Hitler, and I don't really mean it. It's just one of those grudgy, but I think of him, oh, Mr. Big Shot. Oh, I went to college and I'm giggling.
It's like such a Homer Simpson. Mr. Big Shot, I went to college, now I'm giggling.
Well, that time when he did, when he said, yeah, it's like, I think it's wrong that so-and-so bragged about going to, Princeton or whatever. Cause I went to Harvard. I don't talk about it. That was one of his.
Right. That's a new, Brian Williams thing, is pointing out the highfalutin schools that stupid people went to.
Well, he also didn't graduate from college, which I don't have a problem with any of it, but it's so funny to me because that is one of the elite. It's a very, very sad elitism thing, that you catch on Twitter a lot, is people who actually believe that because they have a college education, that they are superior people.
Yeah. I'm actually, the amount that I have not ever felt any shame about not having a college degree surprises me almost.
I'm not surprised because you were already working at something you wanted to do.
Yeah.
During those years. To me, you went to college.
No, I mean, at the time I was, full of attitude, but I'm just surprised looking back, I still don't regret it.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah, no, I get it. To me, it was the greatest thing. But I was privileged to be able to go, and, it's like summer. It was great, but, it just, for me, it was fun. I met a lot of friends.
That's good.
Get me out of this thing, because I swear to God, I'm going to fucking shoot myself in the head. No, not out of the whole podcast, but, not out of today. I don't care about the time. I just care about how bad I'm doing.
All right. Well, we're almost done.
Okay. Thanks.
Halpin Fraser.
Hey, buddy. Sorry, buddy. You're having a bad time, buddy, right? You should say that to me. Sorry, buddy. It's an off day for you. Thank you, Josh. I feel okay.
Halpin Fraser says, Josh and Andy, please keep the commercial chunks coming. Love them. Hope you can send some to the Scornfield too. Like the Geico neighbors fencing ad. I'm now going to eat a big lunch and just a snack for dinner.
I'm always on the lookout. I'm always on the lookout. And, is the fencing one, what's the one where they have all those, the guys yelling at his friend, hey, he's putting up Christmas lights. There's not a joke in it. They're just yelling back and forth. Geico's got you covered. Yeah.
Is that the one with, Kevin Hart?
No. Oh, is that also Geico? I think isn't that Spectrum?
I don't know
what it is.
I don't know. But I know that the fencing one is the bad pun, one with we have a problem with ants, and it's the old women ants. And we have a problem with neighbors fencing, and there's the two neighbors sword fighting.
I hate that
and
fencing.
We have a problem
one.
with clogs, and it's the upstairs neighbor clog dancing.
I can't stand it. Even the one with clogs where you could say, okay, it's funny when the little boy is brushing his teeth. This is just ridiculous. You know what? You can literally sit down all day and make 4 billion of those commercials.
And they did. Yo.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, 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 Yoshi.
Yamamoto.
Mike Lindell is at the White House today. What advice is he giving Trump? Well, I just left my meeting, and it's, let me just say that things aren't looking good in there. There's feces smeared all over the walls, and it's not because of anyone who came in.
Mike, now you're done with him now, right, Mike?
I'm not done with him. He's still a gift from God. He's just a less powerful gift from God. He asked me if he could have a spot in one of my ads, and I said yes.
Well, that's a nice thing. Now, Mike, I hope that you're going to, after this is all over, you will admit that you never made one goddamn mask.
I made over 1 million masks, and there was just a problem with the stitching. So I had to send them back because of quality control.
Oh, then maybe you didn't use enough of parts from in your home state.
From my home state of Minnesota, how dare you?
I want to say, Mike, I'm going to miss you. I know you're going out of business.
I'm not going out of business. I am the #1 sham pillow company in the world.
You're... That should be his slogan. #1 sham pillow. Is that current that Yoshi's talking about?
Yeah, today. It went today, yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Josh? Is it possible that it's extremely hot outside?
It is, in fact, hot outside today.
I have the heat on from the old weather pattern.
Oh, really? Because it's a 90 degree January day.
Well, maybe that explains it then. That's a sad thought. I hate it when it gets warm again.
Yeah, well, it'll cool off again. Andy, if you don't like the weather, wait an hour.
Did you come up with that?
Yes.
Hey, ask me what today is.
What's today, Andy?
No, it says today Friday. I'm sorry, I got it wrong.
All right. Is today Friday? All day! That was one of my, when I had my dark tax joke. That was one of the answers.
What was the dark tax joke?
Dork tax.
Oh, okay. Yes. And then also, when you're done washing your car, would you like to wash mine? That should be on there.
There, sure. Did you get a haircut? Got them all cut. Ching, ching.
Are you working hard, Josh?
Hardly working. Ching, ching.
Oh.
I sold that bit to Louis Anderson.
Oh, that's cool.
He changed it to ching, ching.
Chang chang.
Get your haircut. Got them all cut. Ching, ching. That's why he only did it once. But he bought all my furniture with it.
That's so cool.
Hey, all right. So, let's talk about Chihuahuas again.
How we doing with the Chihuahua?
I got a note from Casanova Frankenstein yesterday, and we got pricey dog problems going on here. Young Hotch, he's gone to specialists at the Michigan State, and apparently there's cartilage in an esophagus that is supposed to be sort of C-shaped. Well, Hotch has 2 of these cartilage things that are U-shaped, and so Hotch isn't able to eat or breathe all that well. So they need to put now not just 1 but 2 stents in to Hotch's little esophagus.
Wow.
And so I feel personally on the hook to help Hotch. I don't know why that this has become so important to me. I mean, I love Casanova Frankenstein and I love dogs, but I feel almost like helping this little delightful Chihuahua who even the doctors are saying this is an amazing Chihuahua. He didn't have to be put under for his endoscopy even. And, I don't know. I feel like helping out Hotch is like one of those things to help get us out of Groundhog's Day. So
I think it's beautiful.
So if you could go to GoFundMe, let's help Hotch, HOTCH, I believe is the name of the campaign. And help Hotch.
How much more do we have? Did it double what we need?
It might. They went over the initial thing, which was awesome of people. And I just saw Dana Schwartz put in a honey. He threw in a honey. I thought that was very cool. There's other, not to single him out as the only spiraler, because it's not. But, that one jumped out. And, like I said, I want this dog to be okay. I want Gary Willoughby to be okay with his dog. And, that's that.
I think that's really I think that's a wonderful thing, and I agree with you. There's only one thing I don't agree with you about.
Hanging up.